The kingdom of God is where our best dreams come from and our truest prayers are prayed. We glimpse it at those moments when we find ourselves being better than we are and wiser than we know. We catch sight of it when at some moment a strength seems to come to us that is greater than our own. The kingdom of God is where we belong. It's home. And whether we realize it or not, I think we're all homesick for it.
My first impression of Centenary was a group of people from Centenary come to my grandmother's house, and it was absolutely amazing. My mother was really sick, and they come out to pray for her and talk to her, and it just felt like they were there for not only her but me as well.
The kingdom of God is the new society that Jesus wants to create in this world, within human history, not after the second coming or future apocalypse or anything else, but right now. With God's breath in this church, we are called to exhale, not because it's the right thing to do, but because we can't help ourselves but to do it. The objective, according to Jesus, was not to get people inside of heaven, but to get heaven inside of people.
This is our family, and it had been for me 28 years, and for Keen a much longer time than that. And over those 28 years, we've developed a lot of relationships with people that we cherish, really, here.
There are many things that a person can do by themselves. Being a Christian isn't one of them.
I think the biggest thing Centenary values is that community and that relationship aspect of the church, and not just saying that we're going to be here for you, but actually going out and doing those things.
There was someone who was crying, and I went and I put my arms around her. I didn't know who she was, but I have a wonderful friend in that person now. And she tells me that it was God's guiding force that brought me to her. But she was going through a rough time, and I was there for her, and right now I'm going through a rough time, and she's there for me.
Because we follow Christ and are citizens in the kingdom of God, the rationale that that's just the way it is not near enough motivation to keep going with the flow.
Everyone's so fired up, and it's so cool to see that transform to the rest of the church now, and the church is on fire, and it's awesome to see that.
We're really excited about the way our church centers itself around the Bible, and the church has really taught Keen and I both to not dwell on inside of the church all the time, but to get ourselves out, and I do that quite a bit. I'm outside the church frequently, trying to share Christ with people outside the church.
I don't know, it's just helping me be more aware of my surroundings and how kindness is so important, and to not be afraid to ask for help, ever.
Just the things that we can share with each other, and just how our relationships are. And I know that if I ever needed someone, they'd be right there for me to help me out along the way, which is so cool. I think it's a group that's not afraid to be bold in their faith, and that aren't afraid to take that step and that risk out to do something for someone else. Or you just feel like God's trying to tell you something right then and there, and you listen and you hear that, and you grow in that with others, and you tell the church about what's been going on in your life. And when you tell the church about what's been going on in your life, they get fired up. They want to see that growth in their life. And I think overall that growth together becomes the kingdom culture, and just everything comes together whenever we take our faith out and make it into actions.
I belong. I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like this is home.
Kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.